Chief Executive of Dallas County, Judge Clay Jenkins. Judge, thank you so much for joining us. Can I just ask you, I think a lot of us looking at Texas right now are wondering, it's on its own power grid. It's not part of the power grids of the rest of the country. What exactly went wrong here?
What went wrong here was the last two governors had policies, the current governor and the one that was before him, had policies that valued rock bottom prices for commercial large users over all else, including protecting residential customers when there is an extreme weather event. And so what you see is in all the other states around us, like Oklahoma, who have similar weather, they're not seeing that problem because they have regulatory requirements that require you to winterize your equipment. If you're a generator, require you to either use a certain material or bury at a certain depth if you're a gas pipeline company. But here in Texas, gas pipelines are regulated by a group called the Texas Railroad Commission, and those are all elected officials. And then the generation is done by appointees of Governor Perry in the past and now Governor Abbott. And they simply have not asked for the sort of protections for consumers that are present in the other 49 states.
Does that line up with the accusation that I was reading in the Houston Chronicle today that basically the ERCOT grid, and excuse me if I'm mispronouncing it, collapsed in exactly the same manner as what this person is calling the old Soviet Union? It limped along on underinvestment and neglect until it finally broke under predictable circumstances. Basically that they weren't charging enough for the electricity that they were generating, that costs more to generate it than it did than they were taking in.
Yeah, that's right. It cost a little bit more, for instance, to put a winter package on your generation, whether that be a wind turbine or a lignite coal, which we don't have much of anymore, or a gas power plant. That wasn't required. You can't expect the companies to do something that's not required that would make their plant cost more than their competitor's plant. And that all falls on the governor. And then you've got the Railroad Commission, which is three other elected officials. And those officials didn't require those gas pipelines to be buried deep enough or to use the right material to not freeze. So one of the big problems that we have right now with generation is the plants can't operate because the gas that is going to that plant is frozen. And that's on the Railroad Commission, three elected Republicans. And then the rest of the problems fall on the regulation done by ERCOT at the direction of the last two governors who appoint the boards there and basically tell them what to do.
So on the issue of vaccine distribution, obviously there's a big issue with people being stuck in the cold right now and being worried about their own health and safety. And I want to ask you about that. But on vaccine distribution, you've had some disruption. Mayor Hidalgo or Judge Hidalgo, one of your counterparts in the state of Texas, had the same issue. She sent her extra vaccine to prisons, to a university, a couple other places, a couple hospitals, to get it out there as quickly as she could before it expired. Are you doing any of that there? Are you being forced to do that?
Well, luckily, we don't have an expiration problem here. We have ultra cold storage freezers. That's where our Pfizer is, and our Moderna is likewise stored, and they're all stored in the hospital district where they are. The power is up in our hospital district, and also it's got a double redundancy generator package behind it. So the vaccine is safe. Now, what will happen is when we start shooting again, we'll focus on second doses. First, we'll get caught up with second doses, and then we've got the capacity to get on all of our first doses pretty quickly as well.
Have you gotten word on when the power is going to be back on?
So, our best hope is that we'll get a lot of our people back on sometime tonight, but we've got another storm coming in. that's going to hit Texas pretty hard late tonight and early tomorrow morning. The situation is dire and very unpredictable. I've been on the phone today numerous times with the CEO of ERCOT, the CEO of our largest delivery company, Encore, and I've spoken to our three largest generator company, NRG, Vistra, and Calpine CEOs as well. And there's a lot of unpredictability out there because there's so many pieces that are broken.
Yeah, it's just like, truly the perfect storm hit you guys down there, or hit you guys down in Texas. What a mess.
Storm that hit us,
the
storm that hit us, though, hit us with the decisions that governors made over the last 10 years. Bad weather is predictable, and bad policy has a consequence when bad things happen.
Decisions always catch up with you. Judge Clay Jenkins, thank you for joining us, and good luck to you and all of your residents.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.